What is up, guys, and welcome to day 2 of my Chernobyl adventure. Today we're starting out at a place called Radar DUGA 1. Now this area isn't directly linked to the Chernobyl accident, but rather from the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and it is a radar that was made to spy essentially on the US, and I mean it is massive. So basically you have like 2 different areas. It's kind of split into the civilian segment and the military segment, because the people that lived and worked here, they didn't really leave. So I mean there was everything that you really needed, and then the military was, you know, running the radar and guarding it. So we're gonna jump right in. First we're going here, which is the barracks, and that is where the guards slept. So let's go. Here we have where they would store their weapons. Basically here, the soldiers didn't get to keep them whenever they wanted, so they had to be checked out every time they needed them, like when they were going on shift or whatever. Yeah. And here we have the bathroom. Oh wow, look at that. Urinals and all. Urinals and squatty potties. Here we have the actual barracks where the soldiers slept, which is a very big room, as you can see. So basically they would just have these long lines of beds going along, which is where they would sleep. And each soldier would share one of these cabinets with someone else. There's all these like postcards and such here. There used to be one apparently saying Happy New Year, and it was in 1986 in January, so just months before the Chernobyl accident happened. Alright, we're going towards the radar now, as you can see up there. Wow, that is huge. We're coming up on the radar. Look at this thing, it's massive. Whoa. Alright, we're going into the command center. Into our server room, but servers right here. The reason they built this was because they wanted a way to spy on the United States without using satellites, because they're unreliable potentially and could be hacked and such, like things like that. So the Soviet scientists were tasked to build this thing. And basically what it does is it looks at, here you have the planet, this is the ionosphere, and what it would do is it would shoot the radio signals in there, and basically it would sense disturbances from the exhaust and fumes of missiles or, you know, nukes or whatever. And it would basically, all this information, this entire thing would just give it back a 1 or a 0. So yes or no, there is something, there is a disturbance. And obviously that can't track the location or how many. So what they did was they had 3 different stations just like this. This is the only one left though. And it would basically be able to triangulate where that missile was. And this allowed them to do this all without satellites, which, wow. Also, this is a really cool model. Alright guys, our next stop right here, this long corridor is about 700 meters long, and it houses the power cables for the whole radar, and it basically just shields it from the element. But I want to talk about a little thing. This thing is also an early detection radar. So basically, it was able to detect a missile when it was 40 minutes away from the border. And then it would be able to give back a reading saying where it was going and everything 8 minutes later. So essentially, you had results 32 minutes before this missile, wherever it was going to hit. So, yeah, what would you do if you had half an hour to live? And now we are heading to, oh yeah, now we're going underneath. Look. Wow, this thing is huge. Whoa. here is the entrance, and of course it says warning, don't go in, you know, those kind of things. But that's the end of the radar. I reckon we're gonna be going to the civilian portion now. All right, now we're heading into the inhabited portion. As you can see here, got a nice apartment building. So we're gonna make our way in around that side. Yeah, so we just have some apartments here.
There isn't nothing here, but there's definitely somebody staying here.
Yeah, wow.
There's mosquito spray and some plastic bags there. And the bed here.
It's real. Oh, it's quite springy. Wow. Yeah, let's go. You got it? We're on the roof. You can see the radar up here. Look, these trees are just going straight through the roof. I mean, what the heck? Alright, we're heading back towards the vehicle. Gonna check a couple more spots on the way. So here is the fire station, and the coolest thing here is the, there's a model of this entire area. Check this thing out. Whoa. So yeah, that was a really cool trip through the DUGA Radar. Absolutely fascinating place. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed coming along. Now we're going to what's going to be the last segment of the video, and that is the actual Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Obviously, you know, it's got the sarcophagus and it's closed down and everything, but you can still go there and hang out for a little bit. So that's where we're going. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on the video down below. Also subscribe and hit the little bell next to it as well. And yeah, I will see you at the power plant. Well, here you have it. Reactor number 4, where it all happened, April 26, 1986. Our last stop, which is the monument to those who saved the world.